YouTube, how you guys doing? Today is the 27th of July 2010. Apple has done a ton of updates on their Mac line, introduced two new products, and I'm going to share that with you today and give you my thoughts on it. I have ordered the two new products and a review will be forthcoming. So in terms of the Mac system updates, starting from the Mac Pro, which won't be available till August I believe, they've updated the processors on it. It can now take up to 12 processing cores, which is immense. 50% greater performance than the previous Mac Pros, and remember the Mac Pros haven't been updated since 500 days. Here's the craziest thing, it can take up to 4 512 SSD drives internally, which is absolutely insane if you ask me. In terms of graphics card, it comes with the ATI Radeon 5770 with 1GB of RAM. If you want to go for the higher end one, you can configure it to the 5870, which depending on your needs, go for the higher one. So the new Mac Pro also comes with two mini display ports, which is kind of cool. Now you can connect up to two LED displays or any TFT screens, giving those graphic designers, video editors that more screen estate, which is kind of cool. You don't need to go out and buy a separate graphics card or more adapters. It just works with this new system, which is cool. My question to you guys, have any of you been waiting for the Mac Pros, and if so, which machine will you be getting? What spec will you be getting? What do you think of this news in general? The price is insane. Then again, the Mac Pro isn't a consumer based line, it's for those higher end professionals, corporate usage, so you are expecting that big price tag, but in the end you're getting a perfectly built system, not just externally but internally specs. It's just nice clean build quality, the support and everything. All in all, a good update. One of my favourite lineups is the iMac, and they have been updated. This update is what Apple should have done originally back in November 2009 when they announced the revamped iMacs. You've now got the Core i3 processors, fantastic. You know, they should have always been like this. I don't know why they went with the Core 2 Duos. And it's one of the reasons why I went from a 21.5 inch to that 27 inch is because of that processor. I needed that quad core. Even though the Core i3 isn't that big of a deal when it comes to speed, but it's definitely much more booster or faster than the Core 2 Duos. They've also added customization to the higher end 21.5 inch iMac, so if you don't like the Core i3 processor in there, go ahead and put a Core i5, kind of cool. The standard RAM that comes on the iMac now starts from 4GB of RAM, that is standard configuration, and the hard drive start from 500GB on the 21.5 inch, the lower end one, and it goes all the way to a terabyte. Trust me, 500 is more than enough. Some good news, they've also done away with the NVIDIA graphics card, which I know most of you weren't happy with. They've done away with the NVIDIA ones. Now you can get the ATI one standard, ATI Radeon 4670 on the lower end one, and it goes all the way up to 5750 on the higher end 27 inch. All in all, good updates to the iMac. I'm not too sure about the UK pricing because the Apple UK store is just absolutely bizarre at the moment, and this is 1 hour after the the store went down. Don't know what's going on. Apparently, I presume it's getting hammered by loads of people visiting it, so I'm not too sure what the UK pricing is, but according to the US one, it looks reasonable. It's same, but I'll update this video with annotations as the UK website comes back up. There was a lot of speculation before this update today that the iMacs will be getting some sort of dual operating system, i.e. the iOS on your iPhone, iPod Touch, iPad, and Snow Leopard, which was a little insane. But I guess it could still be in the work for a future update, but definitely didn't come out in this update. As you can see from the left hand side, Apple have also updated the cinema displays to a 27 inch 16:9 aspect ratio and a 2560x1440 resolution, which is absolutely insane if you ask me. So this new Apple cinema display also has a new technology called in-plane switching, and the simplest form, what it is basically you've got your monitor here. Doesn't matter which way you look at it from, which angle you look at it from, it's still going to give you this vibrant, sharp images and quality, which is kind of good. The displays also have those ambient light sensors now, which are in the iMacs and the MacBook Pros for some time now. Basically adjust the brightness according to the room situation. So if your room goes dark, it automatically picks that up and adjusts your brightness, so it's kind of saving energy and saving you physically having to go into system preferences and change the brightness. And yes, it still has the eyesight and the microphone for those moments that you might want to record videos. You don't have to open your MacBook up or your MacBook Pro up to record the video. It's got a webcam there, which I guess it makes it sort of a premium-ish monitor for what you're getting for your money's worth. I've never owned a cinema display, primarily down to the pricing, and I've never really kind of needed one. I've always went with a Dell monitor. But if you are getting a cinema display, if you've been waiting for a cinema display, are you, what are your thoughts on it? Are you looking to get one? Have you placed an order for one for this new one? Leave your comments below. It'd be interesting to see why you went with this Apple one over Dell or Acer. So I've kept these two updates for last, to say the best for last, and these are two entirely new product lines. One of them was kind of unexpected, one was rumoured to be, and it came true. The first one is the Magic Trackpad, and as you can see it's identical to what you can find in a MacBook or a MacBook Pro or a MacBook Air, I think, whereby you can do the gestures, control it, use it as a mouse. Very popular, you know, I use it all the time on a MacBook Pro, but now Apple thought, hey, we can tap into the desktop market, the iMac and the Mac Mini possibly, and definitely the Mac Pro. I think it'd be really useful. The price tag on it, $69 US, don't really agree with that. Apple say on their website that you can use this in conjunction with a mouse. It works by Bluetooth, by the way, or you can use it in replacement of a mouse. So those of you who have bought a Magic Mouse and are now thinking of getting this trackpad, your Magic Mouse is really going to be not used, so you might as well sell it. So I think the price point of this and the timing of this release is kind of late. This should have really been released last year when they were introducing the Magic Mouse. I don't know, what do you guys think? Is this something that is interesting to you? Is this something that you're going to use in conjunction with your current mouse, or is this going to replace your mouse entirely? What are your views? And this last one is a very strange and interesting, and probably one of my favourite ones, is a battery charger. Apple reinvents the battery charger. I don't know about you guys, but I have personally gone over quite a few battery chargers, cheap ones, really good ones, Duracell and Energizer, and they've all gone back to the manufacturer or the supplier or the retailer. And there's one simple thing, like, you know, I can never get the charge times correct, and even if I do, it's still bloody charging. So if it says charge it for 10 hours, I'll come back after 10 hours and it's still charging, and I just forget about it after that. And the problem with this rechargeable batteries is if you go over your time, the batteries mess up. And this is where Apple have come up with their solution. £25, I think that's really reasonable. Knowing Apple and their new products, you know, it's always priced at over £50, but you know, half the price, £25. Might just be me, it's probably just insane. You're getting 6 high performance batteries with it, and the batteries can hold a charge for up to 10 years, which is insane. I go over a lot of batteries just on the Mac alone, the Magic Mouse, the wireless keyboard, a lot of gadgets, as you guys know. So I do go through a number of gadgets, and hopefully I've purchased one. A review will be coming shortly. This will save a lot of time and hassle. I hope it lives up to its word, and if it doesn't, you guys will hear first. But let me know if you have placed your order for one. If you haven't, why haven't you? You know, what is your favourite update that came out from Apple today? What have you ordered? What are you maybe thinking, you know, this is something that I could get down the line? And if you guys were waiting for an iMac, you know, leave that down below if you have purchased one, which one you're going for. Remember guys, if you are going for any Mac lineup, go down the education route. I'll leave the video for that I've done over here somewhere in an annotation. Visit that. That will give you some really good and easy advice as to how you can reduce, you know, £100, £200 off your Mac instantly. Apple have of course got the back to school promotion on just now, so now is the perfect time to get an iMac, is what I'm trying to say. But thanks for tuning in. I will be coming back this Friday with Apple Weekly Round 2. You guys seem to like Week 1, so you know, thanks very much for everyone who watched that. A lot of feedback, and yes, I will be back this Friday, so I had a lot of questions, so I thought I'd just make that clear. But remember to leave your comments, video responses below. You can join me on iGlassRegion.com, twitter.com/i6glassregion. I've also joined Facebook recently, got a fan page set up. Facebook.com/iGlassRegion. I forgot it for a moment there, but I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.